Welcome, dear soul, to Golden Bell Dharma. In this sacred moment, wherever you are in the world, whether wrapped in morning silence, resting after a long day, or simply seeking peace amidst chaos, I invite you to pause. Breathe with me. Let the stillness gently settle in. Let your heart arrive. Today, I will tell you a story. Not just any story, but one that holds a mirror to many of our lives. If you've ever regretted a decision, if you've ever clung to a mistake, if you've ever felt the pain of what's gone, then this story is for you. So stay with me until the very end, because within this story lies a truth that can ease your heart, clear your mind, and help you see the jewel you already hold. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village nestled along a flowing river, there lived a man. He was like many of us, not particularly rich, not poor either. He had seen good days and hard days. But lately, something in him had grown weary. He often found himself stuck in thoughts of the past, choices he didn't make, people he'd hurt, dreams that had slipped through his fingers. One early morning, before the sun had even peeked over the horizon, the man decided to take a walk along the riverbank. The air was cool and crisp. The sky, still cloaked in midnight blue, held the faint promise of dawn. The world was silent, save for the soft lapping of water against stone and the occasional chirp of a bird waking early. As he walked slowly, mind lost in thought, his foot stumbled upon something. He looked down and saw a small cloth bag, half covered in dirt and dew. Curious, he picked it up. Inside, he found stones, just ordinary stones. He thought, someone must have dropped this. He murmured, perhaps a child playing by the river, with nothing else to do, and his mind seeking distraction. He sat down by the edge of the river, pulled out a stone, and tossed it into the water. Plop! He watched the ripples spread. It felt oddly satisfying, so he threw another, and another. The rhythmic sound of water splashing, the ripples stretching into silence, became a kind of meditation. One after another, he threw the stones into the river. All except one. Blank. Underscore, blank. Just as he reached for the final stone, something changed. A golden light broke across the horizon. The sun had finally risen. And in that moment, the light touched the stone in his hand. He paused. What he saw made his heart stop. This was no ordinary stone. It glimmered. He held it up to the light, eyes wide. It was a jewel. A radiant, priceless jewel. His hands began to tremble. Quickly, he looked back at the river, at the ripples still fading into the current. His heart sank. He realized, with growing dread, that the stones he had mindlessly tossed into the river were not stones at all. They were jewels, each one precious. And now, all gone, forever lost to the river's depths. The man fell to his knees, clutching the last jewel to his chest. His tears came fast, falling into the river that had swallowed his treasures. What have I done? He cried. How could I not see? How could I be so blind? He sat there for hours, lost in sorrow. He cursed the darkness that had hidden the jewel's true nature. He cursed his own ignorance. He cursed the universe for its cruel trick. But mostly, he cursed himself. Just then, an old monk, with robes that danced in the breeze and eyes that carried the weight of 1,000 dawns, happened to walk along the path. He saw the man, weeping, broken, with gentle steps. The monk approached. My friend, he said kindly, why do you cry so bitterly on such a beautiful morning? The man looked up, his face stained with tears. He told the monk everything. About the bag, the stones, the river, and the terrible discovery. He spoke of the darkness, the mistake, the irreversible loss. The monk listened silently, patiently, without interrupting. When the man finished, the monk sat beside him. And then, with a voice as calm as the river, he said, my dear friend, you are not cursed. You are blessed. The man looked at him, confused. Blessed? How can you say that? I have thrown away so much. I've lost it all. No, the monk replied, gently placing a hand on the man's shoulder. You still hold a jewel in your hand. And now, you can see it. The monk continued, be grateful that the sun rose before you lost everything. This single jewel can still change your life. He smiled. So many people never realize the treasures they have. They live and die without seeing the jewels within them. Their kindness, their talents, their time, their loved ones. You saw yours. The monk said, you saw it, just in time. The man was silent. The monk stood up, gave a soft bow, and walked away. And in that silence, a shift happened inside the man. The weight of regret did not vanish, but something greater began to grow. Gratitude, hope, awareness. He stood up slowly, holding the jewel tightly in his hand. This time, not to throw, but to treasure. My dear listener, how often in our lives do we throw away what's precious? Moments with family, opportunities for growth, time spent in peace, kindness we could have given, all cast aside because we didn't recognize their value at the time. And like the man, we only realize later, when it's too late, how priceless they truly were. But perhaps, like him, the sun is rising now for you. And perhaps, the jewel in your hand, this moment, this breath, this awareness, is exactly what you need to begin again. From this story, we can draw 3 timeless truths. First, stop living in regret. Regret is the anchor that keeps us from sailing forward. You cannot retrieve the stones thrown into the river, but you can protect the jewel still in your hand. Second, practice gratitude. When we focus on what remains, rather than what is lost, we transform pain into purpose. Third, live with awareness. So many jewels in life go unnoticed because we are not present enough to see them. Your time, your health, your relationships, your talents, these are not mere stones. They are jewels. Don't wait for the sunrise to show you what you've been throwing away. Look now, see now, be present. Before you go, I ask you to take one small step. Right now, in this very moment, think of one jewel you still hold. Something, or someone, that you may have overlooked. Hold it in your heart. Give thanks. Let this be the beginning of your new story. And when you're ready, smile, just like the man did, and take your next step forward. Because the greatest treasure is still in your hand. If this story touched your heart, I invite you to subscribe to Golden Bell Dharma. Together, we will continue to explore timeless stories and spiritual teachings that heal, uplift, and transform. Please like, share, and leave a comment. Let us know, what is the jewel in your hand today? And until we meet again, may your path be peaceful, and your heart full of light. Golden Bell Dharma, where every story awakens the soul.